What is up, everybody? It's Bruce Wulfe back with you again in Bless Online. So, I know it's been a minute or two and like 3 weeks since I've done a video, so I wanted to throw this back up there. This is Migra Turris. This is the 43 dungeon in Bless Online. We're doing kind of speed run through here, so I figured I'd have that in the background and give you tips on the bosses and everything like that, and I talk to you in between. So, as always, square up with that like button, like it's your favorite hair, subscribe if you haven't already, and I think that's all the YouTube stuff. Anyway, so, as you may have noticed, just finally got monetized by YouTube after 6 months, almost 7 months of being demonetized for no reason. So, I will be starting putting out videos again. It was just really hard to motivate when, you know. Anyway, I've been doing a lot of streaming. I've streamed a bit of this game as well. But anyway, all right, so I'm playing on my Archer Ranger dude. I'm rocking with my AoE stance and snipe stance, just because it's easier to, you know, just switch for groups and switch for single targets. Makes it very easy. This was our second run of the night, and this was done at like 1 a.m. So I muted the whole thing on there. That's why you can't hear anything, because I was like zoned out and all that. Figured I'd just talk over it. But so basically, as you saw right there, we have to fight through these little legs of it, and there's a statue with a crystal on the end that you have to grab. There's an elite in between each of these. That big dude right there in the middle. That one. Yeah. He's annoying. The gargoyles and his little minions aren't that bad anymore. Back when they first did the damage nerf, they were a bitch. But they're a little bit easier to manage now. Their health's been lowered a lot. And there's a second crystal. So now, if you see right in the middle there, there's a portal thing that we can activate now. So we just have to run through all these dudes and screw you guys, and up the stairs, and woo, look, shinies. Boom. Alright. Now, so it's a little interesting the way this dungeon works. Like, you have a mini boss before, like, is it just one? Yeah, it's just one mini boss, and then you get to the big boys, as it were. So right here, we're just getting over to the area where the first mini boss is. It's pretty much the same as you saw before, same mobs. A lot of these little fireball dudes actually hurt when there's a bunch of them, so you kind of have to thin them out as you're going here. And there's more of the elites. Not too big a deal, as you can see. Seriously, we didn't kill him yet? Yeah, there you go. Good job. I did a thing. Alright, so when you get up here, basically there's a ramp with a couple sets of elites on there that you have to fight through, and then there's a portal at the bottom that you have to destroy, because once you engage the first elite, it starts spawning little dudes more and more. And it used to be to where it was broken, it was just endless spawn. It would just keep spawning them for like forever. It was really annoying, but they fixed that, thank God. So now there's the two elites. You can see the little dudes starting to spawn in here. Here's the next set of elites, and you can see the little glowy. Well, now you can't because I turned, because I'm a horrible cameraman. Alright, so once we have murderized these elites here, they're pretty just tank and spank. There's no real crazy mechanics or anything. Yeah, you can see the purple glowy, you know, teardrop of doom over there. And once we kill all those, thin out the little herd of annoyances for a bit. Alright, so once we blow that up, there he is. There's the big mini boss, dude. He's not that bad. He has the same mechanics pretty much as the other ones. He's got a bunch of AoEs. That straight line really hurts and sends you flying. And usually you just have your tank points him uphill, and everybody else stands behind him and shoots the shit out of him. He's got a decent chunk of HP, but really it's just time. He's not that big of it. There's his other AoE, does a little slam on the ground in front of him. And, yep. Yeah, go figure, an archer pulling aggro, huh? That never happens. Anyway, so if you guys want, I'm happy to show you what build I've got on the archer right now. I'm not... They change stuff so fast and so often that I haven't been able to really do any build video type things, just because they're, like, mages, for example, had the ice snap, and everybody was building for that, and then that lasted like a week, and then they took it away. So that's why you haven't been seeing too many build videos. It's hard to do tutorials when devs are changing it all the time. Okay, anyway, dead demon, moving forward. More dead demon, please. I request more of the dead demons. I like a dead demon. Dead demon is good. Alright. So this is, now we did the long jump down. This is basically exactly what we did before, but way longer. So, at the end of it is the first boss, the Succubus. But it's the same basic thing, as you can see. Freaking pairs of 2 elites at a time, and then little minion dudes. Just gotta fight through it. It's not too bad. Just do it slow. Keep in a group. Just fight through. If you have a good healer and good DPS, it's not really that big of a deal anymore. Again, anymore. There was definitely a point where this was almost and considered impossible, and there's like less than 1% of the people tried it, completed it, and it was a pain in the ass. And large part of it was this spot right here, trying to climb this bridge, because if you failed it the first time, it had an endless spawn bug. Yeah, you could do nothing. Yeah, you couldn't fight through that. Alright. Swoop. Right around the side. Don't notice me. It's a fireball on us, but whatever. Couple elites. Murderized face bones. Oh, that was directly in the left eye. I saw that arrow straight in the left eye. That's what we're trying to do every shot. And more. See, it's a really long ramp. Anyway, we're about to get to the Succubus, so I'll start telling you what's going on with her, and then I'll point them out while we're doing it. So, Succubus has a couple mechanics. One, she puts down these little whirlwind type things of red that hurt really bad if you're standing in them. It's kind of AoE dot. So don't stand in those. If you're a tank, you're going to want to take her to the outside of the room, and basically she puts one of those down. You back her up until you're out of it, and hold her there again until she puts another one down. You end up making a trail of dots of the little whirlwinds going all around. It is important to know, as every character, that she also has a CC type thing where she does a little sexy dance and bewitches you, and you start running in random directions, and if you don't break that fairly quickly, she heals a lot. To break it, don't worry about not having CC break or being a mage with freaking mana or anything. It worked fine when I was on my mage doing it. Just do a dash or a shield, one of the invulns for the you can see me trying to tell the mage right there, relax, just dash. The mage still didn't even try it, and anyway, rage. But just do your defensive maneuver or whatever, your roll, your dash, your blink, your freaking block, one of those, and it'll break you out of it, and that'll keep her from healing. So you can see the whirlwinds going on. You saw the tank pull her immediately to the side, so she starts doing these line of dots right there. She also has this little group AoE pull in that she does. Nothing really you can do about it. Just get away from her pretty quickly, because she usually does it into one of those little red things like so, and so you just get away from it and resume DPS. And once breaking that CC when she does the love charm thing is seriously the hardest part of this fight. If you don't do it, she can heal back insane amounts of heals. Like, it's stupid. Like, it will become immensely more difficult if you have people not breaking that little sexy love dance thing. So I'm trying to find where she did it on me, because she did a few times, but basically it's just watch your character, because if you start running somewhere randomly at her or off to the side, whatever, do a roll or a block or something. There we go. Alright, she's dead. Okay, and mosey on over here to another teleport. What is good about this dungeon is once you get to the first boss, it doesn't take long. Like, you hit the bosses fairly quick. So there is a new mob that's being that we're going to be seeing here. Let's go there. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so you see the little black undead looking things? They do that, which is like a pool of nastiness. So either just avoid it. It's just a little dot annoyance type thing. But also, if you're a Zerker, if you do your ground target AoE, you can break up their little pools. So if it starts getting really thick and there's like black shit everywhere, feel free to just blast it real quick, the ground AoE, and It's not that bad. There's also these dudes that just put this little, we're going to make ow ow happen all around us. But they're not that hard again. These are just the little trash mobs. Moving on up. Alright. So we're going to go through another one of those, like, gotta rock up, you know, this huge ramp type thing right here. It's pretty much the same thing. It's just the mobs have changed. So instead of having, like, the fireball dudes for the first one or the gargoyles for the second one, now you just have the elites, same old dudes, and you're going to have a whole bunch of those undead dudes putting pools of poison or whatever the hell it is. Undead lava, I don't know. It's nasty looking. See, look at that. It's gross. There's like hands coming out of it. Ugh. Tar hands. Undead tar hands. Nastiness. Anyway, but as you can see, it gets a little thick right here. So, like, if you're a berserker, that's where you could just do a ground target AoE and it clears them out of the way. Or you guys can just walk around them or through them. They really don't hurt that bad anymore. So, but when the ground is completely covered with them, to where you're standing a couple at a time, it starts being fairly annoying. All right, next up. So this dude's tricky. So watch very closely here when he first aggroes up. He does concentric ring type AoE. See, so just make sure you get to a spot that's not in them, and if your tank holds them still. Now, also watch for him saying, see how he says stuff like, if you want to live, dance, or if you don't want to die, stay still. Something along those lines. Those are the two. Sorry, my mic just decided to move on me. Stay. Bad mic. Be good. Anyway, so very important to pay attention to what he says there. You see, I mess it up a few times here and miss part of it. But it's a pretty huge dot if you aren't doing what you say. Like if he says dance, you got to be moving. And if you stand still, it's pretty hard. It hurts. If he says stay still and you start moving, it hurts. It's just pretty much how that works. So there, you saw how much damage it does. Like the healer saved me there. Did not save the mage, but it's pretty intense incoming damage. You know, like they ain't messing around with it. So definitely be aware of what he's saying. You can either watch over his head or put it in the all chat tabs, and he actually shows up in chat saying what he's going to say. It's still a little pain in the ass though, because you know everybody else is talking in the all. So anyway, so that's what to pay attention to on that guy. It's not too stupid hard, but you got to be paying attention. Alrighty, fight through a little bit more trash mobs because that's the best part of a dungeon, right? By formed up, everybody good. Okay, alright. Okay, let's go this way. So more of the poison, undead, creepy hand, tar hands, deaf souls. I don't know, creepy nastiness. And then we're going down a ramp to switch it up from all those ramps that we had to fight up. Now we're fighting down. I wonder, should be easier, right? Get momentum behind us. You see, there's gargoyles again on this one, and I believe it has gargoyles and the poison dudes later on. I can't remember. We'll see here in a second. Gargoyles are annoying. They're just trolls. They're a troll mob. They're completely trolly. Yeah, murder eyes. God, I'm not even... It's so much easier now than it was right after the damage nerf. It's like insane to me. We just like rolled through these in like less than an hour, doing both of them. It was nuts. Obviously, this footage is sped up because I didn't want to sit here and try and talk over myself and, you know, be entertaining for like 45 minutes. It's a lot easier to do when you're actually doing the gameplay, believe it or not. You can actually comment on what's going on instead of like, I think something happened up here. Anyway, there's the black dudes I mentioned. There's a lot of them, so the damage in those puddles when there's a bunch of them piled up like that gets actually a little annoying. So you can see the Berserker did do his little slam the ground thing, which broke up a lot of them. He's only doing it as necessary though, so most of it we're just walking around him, we're dodging him. Yoink. Yeep. Yeep. Stunned. No stunts. Dark. Man, that stuff looks even nastier in high speed. What do we call that? Like soul juice? Oh. Alright, now we're going up a ramp again because, you know, we got uncomfortable going down a ramp and thought it was weird. Now we're going up again. Because, of course. So, let's see, the next guy, I think is Flame Whippy Dude. I actually died on this one. There's a, and I can't help you too much, but there is a point where you have to silence him as a mage or the guardian or somebody has to silence him. And if it doesn't get silenced at that point, then he starts summoning these little fire whirlwinds that hurt, and he will fight. He'll be summoning them for the rest of the fight. It gets pretty stupid, but and I got stuck with that. But I will try and point out where the silence point is, but that's never been my job. So I'm sorry to say I am not very good at knowing where it's at. Okay, just kill him, alright. Thank you. Yeah, there he is. So this dude's got, he's got that. He's got a couple AoEs that he does that are annoying. But other than the silence point, he's pretty simple. So he says something. There's one of his AoEs. No, I already missed it. Anyway, there's one of the fire things. They don't hurt too bad individually, but they do move fairly quickly. And they hit for about they're ticking on me, I think, about 1,600 some odd a tick per firestorm. As you can see, once you miss those silences, it gets, oh yeah, so that's a thing. He has the one AoE that's just that one. He's got one where he whips the ground, and it's kind of like that right there. He's also got one that is AoE outside, and he has a little safe spot underneath his feet. But immediately after that, he does a fairly large AoE around him. So basically, there's the one where it's safe inside, and then you run outside, and you dodge all of the second damage pretty easily. Unfortunately, I am outside of the little safe zone there's the last one, the little ooh, man, that's gnarly. That's where I died right there. You saw all those firestorms coming in. Anyway, pretty easy boss except for the firestorms. As I said, just got to silence him. This is the last boss here. So he's got, you can see the ranges on him. There's one that's would be a route to the same size of the circle he's standing on now, and then there's a gap for the one behind him. So not too bad. There's these little ball things. If you are a ranged DPS or like all of the DPS paladins, like everybody needs to work on that except for the guardian. It's kind of a teamwork thing. Obviously, healers sometimes have too much going on to get him, but and he does his big AoE, run to the fire. Okay. All right, those little balls, if they hit to him, they power him up, and it makes his basic hits hit really, really hard and hit everybody. So you don't want it to happen. There's those two inner outer AoEs again, and he's got. You saw the big, huge AoE. He says he starts talking. Before that, he starts just talking a whole bunch of shit about how powerful he is and all that stuff. So at that point, you want to get pretty. You want to start getting closer to him. That way you're closer to the middle, you know, and because you don't know where that blue beam of light's going to show up, and that's your only safe spot. So, there it is. See, it's right behind me. I can get into it. If you're too far away, it will pretty much annihilate you, though, as a DPS. So, get that little fireball thing. They don't have too much HP. They've got, I think, 1,500 or something. It's not that bad. A lot of the times the Zerkers will just kill them with their AoEs, but it's better not to risk it if you can, because it hurts really bad. If like you'll watch the tank when it hits them just get annihilated. But anyway, that's going to be the end of this one, guys. Thanks for hanging out. As always, square up with that like button like it's your favorite hater, and I will see all of you next time. Later.